Hello, my name is Emily, and today I'll be leading a yoga sequence dedicated to active recovery. This is a great sequence for doing after a run or another big workout when your legs are really tired and you just want to get a good stretch in. So let's get started. You'll need a mat and perhaps a nice stiff pillow to sit on if you have a hard time sitting in hero's pose. So just bring that around. And then let's meet at the front of our mat. Just coming to a comfortable standing position here, really finding yourself rooting down through your feet. Lift your toes and bring them back down. Lift the arches, engage the legs. Find a nice stability in your hip area. Just enough curve in your lower back that it feels nice, not too much. Focus on your shoulders, bring them up and then down. And you can look forward or close your eyes as you take a deep inhale here. And then a deep exhale. On your next inhale, raise your arms to the sky. Deep stretch here. Exhale with a slight back bend. Inhale back, rising up. And then exhale, fold forward. Very gently. At first here, your lower back might be tight, so just take it easy, maybe walk it out a little bit. Your hands could be on your shins, on your ankles, or on the ground. Just walking it out here a little bit as you take some deep breaths. On your next inhale, flatten your back and look straight down. And on an exhale, plant your hands and bring your right foot back into a low lunge position. So let's find our low lunge here. Taking deep breaths again. Little by little, you might want to bring your knee down and untuck your toe. And we're coming into a crescent moon here. So bring our hands to the knee, to the front knee, creating some space between your belly and your thigh. And just breathing here, finding stability. If you're not very stable, you can bring your left foot leftward a little bit to create more stability. And then on an inhale, bring your arms up, again, shoulders down, creating space. Each time you inhale here, feel your head going towards the sky, creating space in your back. And on every exhale, rooting down a little bit further, bring your hips a little bit closer to the ground. So inhale, creating length in your back, and exhale, rooting down towards the ground. On your next exhale, rotate to the right. Bring your arms parallel to the ground, trying to bring your shoulders parallel to the side of the mat. Just breathe here a little bit. Deep inhale and exhale here. Let's try to bring our left hand next to our right foot and then bring the right arm up overhead for a big stretch here. Inhale and then exhale, bring the right arm down. We're going to shift into runner's lunge. Bring your left foot to the side of the mat, and then just creating space. I like to move my hips around here, and then little by little coming down onto my elbows. And just breathing into that tight area in my hips. Just opening up, just feeling the tension here. I feel the tension in my thighs, my hamstrings a little bit. Just breathing into that area of tension and letting that tension go with every exhalation. Just breathing here. You'll find throughout the sequence here that each time you breathe in a posture, little by little, at every exhalation, your muscles are just going to let go a little bit more, relax a little bit more into the pose. When you're ready, come back up onto your hands, bring that foot back inward, and then let's shift our hips back onto or back heel. Just lengthen your back a little bit. Get ready, take a deep breath in, and then on an exhale, fold forward over that extended leg. Just feel as though your spine is parallel to the leg. Feel as though your shoulders are about equidistant from the ground, planting your hands on the ground for nice stability, and just breathing here. If this is very tight, you can grab your pillow and tuck it under your left hip, and that can help stabilize you. Deep inhalations and exhalations here again, letting those hamstrings relax little by little. Everything's okay. Breathing in and out. When we're ready, let's shift forward again, planting our hands, tuck the back toes under and come into a plank position. And just breathe here a little bit. Feel your heels moving back and feel that your body, you could take a look at your body, that it's a nice straight line from your heels all the way to your head. And just breathe here, hold it for just a couple breaths. Inhale here and exhale. Inhale, and on your next exhale, bring your knees to the ground, uncurl your toes, and come into a devotional pose. So pressing back with your hands, bring your hips onto your heels, and just letting yourself go a little bit. This should be a nice restful pose, elbows to the ground. You can shift left to right. Just massage those hips and the lower back a little bit through your movements. Next, let's come up, and we're going to shift into hero pose. So bringing your knees close together, lift your hips a little bit, grab your calves, and just rotate them out a little bit to create some space. You can bring your heels out a little bit. This can be a really tough posture, and so I like to put a pillow again under my sit bones and just sit back here. Sit back, create some space in your shoulders, bring your shoulders back, and just feel yourself sinking a little bit here. Deep breath in, deep breath out. We're getting ready for camel pose. So for camel pose, bring your knees a little bit further apart. So you could have the space for your hand between your knees here. So you make a fist, and just having that space between your knees, and come up with thighs vertical, perpendicular to the ground. Your hips are sort of pointing forward in line, your entire body in line with your thighs. And then take a deep breath in here. Bring your hands to your lower back. Your fingers can be pointing down or up, really opening those shoulders here. You can try to point your fingers up if you like. That really depends on the shape of your joints, how your joints are feeling. So whatever feels better for you, just make sure that your elbows are pointing straight back. Take a deep breath and create space between your vertebrae, and then on an exhale, bring your shoulders back a little bit. Try to not move your thighs at all as you're doing this. Feel as though your back is coming onto a giant ball that's sitting right behind you. Do not kink your neck backwards. Just keep your head up a little bit as you're doing this. And of course, you've seen this. Some people can grab their feet behind you. That's really not the goal here. The goal is to just take deep breaths, really open up the front of your body and create a nice big back bend. Trying to keep that back bend regular throughout the entire back, all the way from the sit bones all the way up to the back of the head. Alright, let's just take a deep breath here, and on an exhale, coming back, bring your sit bones onto your heels and come back into a child's pose. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Getting ready for crescent lunge on the other side. Let's tuck our toes under, come back into a plank position, and this time let's bring our right foot forward. Plant that right foot between your hands. Just find that space, moving your hips a little bit forward and backwards. And then eventually bringing your knee to the ground and tucking the back toes. Bring your hands onto the front knee. Look up, take a deep breath, create space between your belly and your right thigh. And on an inhale, bring your arms up, big stretch here. Inhale and exhale, sink in. Each time you inhale, feel the crown of the head tending towards the sky. And each time you exhale, feeling your sit bones rooting down a little further towards the ground. Letting things go, finding peace in this stretch. One more inhale here, and on an exhale, we're going to twist to the left, bringing our arms parallel to the ground. Big inhale and exhale here. Bring your right hand to the ground on the inside of your right foot. And then bring that left arm up overhead. Again, big stretch here, just breathing into it, feeling your entire body, just really stretching from the ground up. When you're ready, plant both hands on the ground. Bring your right foot out to the side of the mat. Create some space. Let's get into runner's lunge here. So slowly bring your elbows to the ground, taking some deep breaths in and out. I like to shift my hips left and right. I feel that just helps release my muscles a little bit. Just taking it easy here. Just letting the weight of your body do the work. Breathing into those areas of tension. And each time you exhale, just letting that tension go a little bit. All right. When you're ready, bring your hands back up, your foot inward a little bit, and then let's shift our hips onto our left heel. Inhaling here with a straight back. Exhale, fold forward. Again, bring your spine in alignment with your extended leg. Planting those hands. Feeling both shoulders about the same distance from the ground. Just breathing here. Deep inhalations and exhalations as you fold a little bit more each time. When you're ready, slowly come back up, plant the hands, curl your back toes, and let's come into a plank. And hold that plank. Again, your heels should be moving backwards. You should be feeling your entire core engaged here as you create a straight line from your heels all the way to the crown of your head. Really engaged, breathing in and breathing out. And when you're ready, shift your hips upwards and come into a down dog. So I like to bring my feet just a little bit closer. You can walk your legs here, just lengthening one leg and then the other. seeing how that feels. Open your shoulder blades, so bring your shoulder blades away from one another, and doing this external rotation with your arms so that your inner elbows point forward. Bringing your heart towards your toes, bringing the heels towards the ground, creating stability with the weight evenly distributed through your fingers and the palms of your hands, not more on one side than the other, just even distribution, stability throughout your hands and your feet. Just breathing here. On each inhale, feeling your hips go towards the sky, and on each exhale, feeling your heart sink a little bit further towards the ground. Inhale once more, and on an exhale, let's rock forward and come into a seated position. In Baddha Konasana, so bound angle pose, your feet are against one another, and we're going to do a forward fold here, a big hip opener. If this hurts at all, you can place pillows under your knees to hold them up a little bit. But if this feels right, really go with the flow. Bring your hands to your feet, and you can open your feet up like a book. You can use your thumbs to massage your inner arches, and you can use your elbows to press down on your knees to further open those hips up. Take a deep breath here, extending the crown of your head forward, and on an exhale, just fold forward. And just breathe here. Again, letting everything go. Deep inhalations and exhalations. Coming back up, bring your right leg straight out and bring the sole of your left foot against your inner right thigh. So really creating an opening here. And now let's shift our shoulders towards our left knee. You can place your right hand on your left knee and raise your left arm, and then let's do a side bend here, going over, sort of straight over our left leg, our right leg, sorry. Inhale here, and then exhale just a little bit deeper. Inhale, you should feel a big side stretch. Exhale here. Inhale, and exhale. Coming back up, let's switch sides. So bring the left leg out and right foot in, shifting our shoulders towards the right. You can place your left hand down on your right leg and bring your right arm up. Now I like to look towards the right here, and then on an exhale, slowly twisting down, shifting over my left leg, feeling as though my body is between two panes of glass, so I really don't want to move forward or move back. I really want to be in one plane, one even plane for my core and my left leg. Feeling that big side stretch. Inhale here and exhale. One more inhale and exhale. When you're ready, coming back up to center, and just some final relaxation here. Let's come onto our back, laying on our back. If you'd like, another nice hip opener at this point would be to bring your right ankle onto your left leg and grab hold of the back of your left leg and just bring it up and bring it closer to your chest. Just breathe into this. This is sort of like a upside down half pigeon, right? So we're really opening our hip here, creating some space. You can also grab your leg if you'd rather. You can grab hold, you can cradle your lower leg here with your right foot in your inner left elbow and your knee in your inner right elbow, and just do a stretch like this if you prefer. So whatever feels better for you. Two options here. And just breathing here as you shift left and right. Now bringing that right leg down and placing the left ankle onto the right knee. Grab hold of that right leg and start pulling it towards your chest. Again, another option would be to place your left foot into your right elbow and then your knee into your left elbow. And just grabbing hold of it like that and pulling it a little bit closer. Always shifting left and right. And just breathing into those areas of tightness. Now let it all go. Let's do a final supine twist. I like to bring my right leg over my left leg, bringing the arms straight out on either side, and then just letting my legs flop over to the left side of my body. Try to not lift your shoulders off the ground. That can be a little challenging, but it really doesn't matter at this point. You're just really trying to get a really nice twist all the way from your tailbone all the way to your cervicals. So just taking a deep breath here, looking over your right shoulder, letting the weight of your legs do the job for you. Creating that deep twist. On an inhale, come back up and switch sides. Left leg over the right, looking over the left shoulder and letting your leg flop over to the right side. Taking some deep breaths here. And just letting everything go, relaxing here. Coming back to center. Now I would highly recommend, if you have time, to just lay down in Shavasana. Just let everything go. Just let your feet flop to either side. Let your hands relax. Scan your entire body from your toes through your hips and your knees, and your shoulders, all the way to the crown of the head, your eyelids, your fingers, everything. Just feel everything relaxing now. And just stay here for the next few moments. Just relaxing, just letting everything go. I'm going to leave you here, and I want to thank you for taking the time with me today to relax and enjoy. Thank you.